It's time for the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh, a Burns Night Hooley, starring the Woods family, Anne Barlow, Alistair Watson, Chris Beveridge, Rosie Lindsay, and Hireath. Pour a dram, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, I'm your host Michelle.
And I'm Rab. We're coming to you tonight from beautiful Argyll, Scotland.
Welcome and thanks for joining our Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh of Burns Night Hooley.
Tonight we'll feature Scottish music acts from around the globe in celebration of our national bard.
On January 25th, we celebrate the life and works of Robert Burns, who was born this day in 1759.
Burns was a famous poet, songwriter, defender of democracy.
Don't forget famous ladies' man, Rab.
That's right, Michelle. Rabbie was a bona fide 18th century rock star.
We usually celebrate Burns Night with a big supper where we read his poems, sing his songs, eat haggis, and drink a little bit of whiskey.
Well, that's not happening this year, unfortunately, but instead we're bringing the spirit of Burns to you. And how better to do that than a good old-fashioned Scottish ceilidh.
And if you're wondering what the heck is a ceilidh, it's the Gaelic word for a gathering, a social event with storytelling, folk music, and traditional dancing. But this year there have been no ceilidhs, no live gigs at all, and that means no paycheck for working musicians.
So if you enjoy the performances tonight, we hope you will throw a little something into the virtual tip bucket using the link below.
And if you're watching this during the premiere, be sure to join the live chat. Let's start the discussion. What is your favorite Robert Burns poem or song? Let us know in the comments on our live chat.
And without further ado, it's time to say hello to our first featured musician of the evening.
Our first guest is an award-winning Scottish fiddler, Gaelic choir conductor, and luminary of the country's largest Scots Gaelic festival, the Royal National Mod. She brings her sparkling fiddle and vocal style to several acts, including the Cruachan Ceilidh Band, who we'll hear from later.
We're going to hear two Burns songs, A Fond Kiss and The Deal's Awa.
Coming to us from her farm just outside of Oban, it's our pleasure to introduce Ms. Anne Barlow.
A fond kiss and then we sever. If it will last forever, deep in heart-wrung tears I'll pledge thee, warring sighs and groans I'll wage thee. Who shall say that fortune grieves him while the star of hope she leaves him? Mean a cheerful twinkle lights me, dark despair around benights me. I'll nae blame my partial fancy, naething could resist my Nancy, but to see her was to love her, love but her and love forever. Had we never loved sae kindly, had we never
was wonderful, thanks to my very good friend, the lovely Anne Barlow. She'll be back later. I'm now going to introduce a very good friend of ours. His name is Alistair Watson, and he's a very talented singer-songwriter and musician, as well as being one of the world's good guys. Rab and Alistair formed The King's Road and recorded an album about 10 years ago called Pilgrims. They toured with it on a road trip around America. In fact, it was on this fateful trip that Rab and I met through mutual friends of Alistair's. Alistair is a solo artist and one half of Silver Street, and they just released a fantastic album called 100 Days a Year. Tonight, Alistair is going to join Rab from his home in England on a track from Pilgrims, and I'll let Alistair tell you about it.
Rab Woods and I know this song as Flodden's Field, although its proper name is Lord Yester. I got it from my father, Ali Watson, who was a folk singer around Scotland, based in Edinburgh back in the 70s. And he got it, I think, from the Corries, and they got it from George Weir, who was not very well-known songwriter, but he was a baker from Peebles, apparently. I don't know whether George wrote the words and the music, or perhaps Roy Williamson put the music to George's poem, I'm not sure. But it's written about the Battle of Flodden that was in 1513, where the good and the great of Scotland and many of the common fighting men lost their lives fruitlessly. And it's written from the perspective of a woman whose husband has gone to the battle, the Lord Yester of the title. And at that time, if a warrior's body was not found on the field of battle, it was somehow okay to imagine that they'd actually gone off to fight somewhere else, perhaps for God, as part of a crusade or something along these lines. I guess she knows he's not coming back. And so it turns into a reverie about where his soul may have travelled on to.
Oh, my love has gone to Flodden's field, to down in some Branxton's Lee. And ere the night time turns to day, no more he'll dance with me. Maybe he's gone to Israel with freedom's lands to sell. Or maybe he's gone to Bethlehem to find the golden bell. Oh, my love may come another day, golden hours of hue and broken dreams that melt away before the dawn is new. Maybe he's gone to Byzantine along the lonely trail. Or maybe he's gone to Palestine to find the Holy Grail. golden fleece? And where's the martyr's gown? For honour bides with those we fight beneath the cross and crown. Maybe he's gone with James and John to fish by Galilee. Or maybe he's gone with the fisherman to find his Calvary.
That was really beautiful. Thanks, Alistair and Rab. Together, they are the King's Road. You can find their version of Flodden's Field on their album Pilgrims, available on all the usual outlets. Well, we're just getting warmed up here on the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh. Coming up, we're going to weave a bit of heart magic for you, take a virtual trip to the island of Lismore, and have a good old Robert Burns sing-song. So stick around, that's all after this.
You're watching the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh, a Burns Night Hooley celebrating the life and works of our national bard. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed our virtual tour of Tower Forbrock on the island of Lismore. What an incredible place. What other hidden gems on the west of Scotland would you like to see us feature in future videos? Let us know.
Thanks for joining our Burns Night Hooley, our very first Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh, where we're bringing Scotland to you through stories, images and music.
Later on, the Crook and Ceilidh Band is going to provide the soundtrack for a proper knees up, so get ready to move the living room furniture out of the way for that one.
That's right, Michelle, and tonight it's all about Robert Burns, so we'll sing some more of his songs.
And if you want to learn more about Burns and his importance to Scottish culture, check out the Imagine Alba podcast at imaginealba.com or your favorite podcatcher. We have a whole episode dedicated to the man himself. Well, Rab, what say we settle in with another dram as we watch our next act? What have we got here?
My dram of choice these days is a Bowmore 12-year-old. It's a peated malt from Islay and it's great at any time. It's nice and warming on these cold winter nights. There's cloves and cinnamon flavours in there, and it's great with chocolate.
Ooh, yummy. What is your whiskey of choice? Let us know. Next, we have a real treat for you. Perhaps no instrument evokes the poignant Gaelic spirit like the clarsach, or Celtic harp. Our next guest is an award-winning, classically trained violinist who originally hails from Scarborough. She discovered traditional Celtic music in the pubs of Wales, where she was at uni for her day job as a marine biologist. This talented lady is a star on the Scottish traditional scene and has played around the world solo and with bands like Cantagus and Pigtown Flame.
I've been lucky enough to have her as my musical partner in several incarnations, including the Crook and Keeley Band, who we'll see later. She's going to treat us to a set on the clarsach and fiddle, starting with a slow air called Logan Water, or Uska Logan, a tune that goes way back to at least the 1600s.
And in this set, we're going to hear Farewell to Whiskey. It's a famous Scottish fiddle tune going back to 1799. Please welcome to our virtual Ceilidh, Miss Chris Beveridge. that was a cracker. Logan Water and Farewell to Whiskey, performed by the brilliant Chris Beveridge. Thanks so much for watching the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh celebrating Burns Night. If you're watching this during the premiere, get in on the live chat with the players and the fans. If you're watching this after the premiere, we'd still love to hear from you. So leave a comment and subscribe to our channel for more Scottish content. And be sure to look for us on social media. Well, stick around. We've got lots more inspiration to help you find your Scottish soul, including another musical trip to the borders, a rousing dance set, and we're going to woo you with a bit of romance. Well, we are celebrating Robert Burns after all. First, during lockdown, Rab and I really loved seeing folks sharing their music all over social media, all those COVID Ceilidhs going around. They bring us a much-needed bit of cheer. So we recorded a few videos of our own. Let's look back at this one from Rab as he takes us for a trip down to the Loch side. Oh, that was really nice, Rab. Back when your hair was shorter earlier in lockdown.
Yes, unfortunately it's grown as fast as my waistline.
Well, I personally know that you don't have to be born in Scotland to be Scottish at heart.
Our next act knows that. Their hearts are always in the Highlands as active members of the Clan McDougall Society of North America. And when they're not visiting Argyll, you can find them at home in Minnesota.
Mom Georgette and sisters Tishale, Piper, and Jordan McDougall Jones, along with Midwest Music Hall of Famer Lee Canton, are going to grace us with a lush rendition of one of my favorite Burns songs, Green Grow the Rashes.
Coming to us from their little house on the prairie, let's welcome Hireath.
there's naught but care on every hand. In every eye that passes, oh, what signifies the worth of man? And 'twas nae for the lasses, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. The sweetest hours that I spent were spent among the lasses, oh. The worldly race may riches chase, and riches still may fly them on. When at last they catch them fast, their hearts can ne'er enjoy them, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lasses, oh. But give me a candy Addie, my arms around my dearie, oh, and worldly cares and worldly men may all get so teary, oh. For you said as you sneer at this, you're not but senseless asses, oh. The wisest man the world has saw, he dearly loved the lasses, oh. Old nature swears the lovely dears, her noblest work she classes, oh. Her prentice hand she tried on men, and then she made the lasses, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. The sweetest hours that I spent were spent among the lasses, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. Green grow the ashes, oh. The sweetest hours that I spent were spent among the lasses, oh. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
That was Hireath, joining us all the way from Minnesota. How about that, Michelle?
Oh, just beautiful. I love those blood harmonies.
Well, as Michelle mentioned, we've been busy during lockdown. Since we couldn't get out to perform, we stayed at home and recorded instead.
We felt like the world needed, well, a tonic right about now. So we created an album that we call Tonic, filled with Rad's original songs and tunes. We hope it'll make you laugh, make you cry, make you get up and dance.
We call this music Blended Americana.
And we call ourselves the Woods Family. Look for Tonic by the Woods Family on our website at imaginealba.com.
And now we're excited to mark the world debut of our video for the title track of Tonic. We hope you enjoy it.
That dial. We've got a jam-packed show today with lots more music, giving you that wonderful Woods family feeling. Today's forecast for Cruachan County calls for sunny skies and good times, so get outside, y'all. Let your mind, body, and soul wander on this beautiful day. This is Mississippi Michelle dishing out the soundtrack to your afternoon on WTNC. Next up, I've got the title track to Tonic, and it's a pretty little tune that goes on a very big journey.
You're watching the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh, a Burns Night Hooley celebrating the life and works of our national bard. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh. We would love to hear from you, so get in on the live chat and comments. If you'd like to see more virtual Ceilidhs, give us a shout and throw in your requests. We'll see if we can include them in a future show. Well, stick around. We'll be slowing things down with a Robert Burns ballad before the Cruachan Ceilidh Band gets the blood pumping and the whole cast will come together for a sing-along. But first, let's go down to the Scottish borders. That's where our next guest hails from. She's a traditional music graduate of Newcastle University and a veteran of the Scottish music circuit, including performances on Radio Scotland. She's a piano, voice, and recorder master in Oban, where she recently made her home. Performing Rolling Hills of the Borders, I'm proud to introduce Miss Rosie Lindsay. That was Rosie Lindsay. I love that tune. It's a feel-good one, huh?
Definitely. I think we should keep on keeping on with the feel-good tunes. How about a dance, Michelle?
That sounds perfect, Rab. The moment we've all been waiting for.
That's right, we're getting the band back together for a good old-fashioned Ceilidh dance.
And this time we're dancing the Britannia Two-Step with a set of 6/8 marches called Pipe Major Donald MacLean of Lewis and the McNeils of Ugadale. Let's welcome back Chris, Annie, and Rosie, and may I present the Crook and Ceilidh Band. That was the Crook and Ceilidh Band. Well, I do believe it's time to slow down, get our breath back. What do you think? Well, Burns not only composed songs, he collected more than 300 traditional songs, otherwise precious bits of Scottish culture that may have been lost forever. It's said that one day he heard a country lass sing, and though he loved the words to her song, he wasn't crazy about the tune. So he took the words, set them to another tune, and the rest is history. Grab your hankies, this one could bring a tear to a glass eye. Here's Rab with the Crook and Ceilidh Band, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose.
My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody sweetly played in tune. So fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, till all the seas gang dry, my dear, till all the seas gang dry, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. my dear, and rocks melt with the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, though the sands of time shall run. So fare thee weel, my only love, and fare thee weel a while, and I will come again, my dear, though it were 10,000 mile, though it were 10,000 mile, my dear, though it were 10,000 mile, and I will come again, my dear, though it were 10,000 mile. My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that's sweetly played in June. So fair art thou, my bonny lass, and deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry.
Aw, thanks, Rab. That one gets me every time. In fact, you played it for me over Skype when we were recording over long distance. Do you remember?
Yep, that's right. What a treat too.
Indeed it did, you smooth talker. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our first Imagine Alba virtual Ceilidh. If you'd like to see more videos like this, comment below or get in touch on social media. And don't forget to leave a bit of love in our virtual tip bucket. Our musicians would very much appreciate your generosity.
We're going to leave you tonight with the most famous song associated with Robert Burns.
Now, this is another song that Burns didn't actually write. It was a traditional song that goes back to at least the 1600s, but he was the first to put it to paper.
Auld Lang Syne means Old Long Since in Scots, and it's all about nostalgia, looking back at the old year, thinking of our old friends and promising to always keep each other in our hearts.
We sing it to close out a Burns supper. Everyone stands in a circle, holding hands, and at the second verse, you cross your arms like so to link up. And at the end of the song, we all rush into the middle, still holding hands. But Rap, do you know why Auld Lang Syne has become the anthem for New Year's Eve all over the world?
Go on, tell me why.
Well, I will. We can thank the famous Canadian band leader Guy Lombardo. Starting in 1929, and for the next 50 years, his band rang in midnight with Auld Lang Syne. And ever since, so has the rest of the world.
I can think of no better way to end our own Burns night than by getting the whole gang together. And we invite you to sing along with the words.
Thanks so much for watching the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh Burns Night Hooley.
And thanks for your support.
From Argyll, Scotland, this is Michelle and Rab.
Wishing you a very good night and oichiva.
Should old acquaintance be